Hey, it's Adrian from Atlanta, Georgia. You're listening to GoTarryn TV.
Hey everyone, happy birthday to Adrian, and you heard him earlier. This is episode 436 of GoTarryn TV. I'm Tarryn the Traveling Trainer from Atlanta, Georgia. Also, right down the street from me is Adrian Duarte, his first time here on GoTarryn TV. Adrian, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Well, again, happy birthday. How's your birthday going so far today?
It's pretty good. I woke up with a cold medicine hangover, and, what can you expect?
It's just not the way to start your birthday out. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. It's all right. But, yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you, stronger, I guess.
That's true. No, you're right. That's a good motto to live by. And you're right down the street from me, too, I believe. I can't believe it. We're like literally neighbors. So how are you from? What's your story? Where did you come from, and how long have you been in Atlanta?
I am originally from Mobile, Alabama. I actually grew up in a little town outside of Pensacola called Pace, Florida.
Okay.
And not really much going on there other than, my childhood I spent getting beat up and pretty much doing my own thing. I ran away when I was 16 years old. I came to Atlanta, went to New York in a stolen car. I did not steal. And,
wow. Oh, my God.
And then ended up back in Atlanta after a little while, and I've been here since 1997.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So if we back up a little bit here, wow, you ran away, and I think that we had messaged each other earlier before recording today, but, we didn't get the chance to talk yet. And what was the background of, you had mentioned to me that your parents saw you as a different person, and your vision was, contrary to what they saw you as. What was that all about, if you don't mind taking us into that?
Oh, my God. My parents wanted me to be like a cookie cutter, perfect little boy. I had the bowl haircut. I was a nerdy little kid. And, it was pretty much what they saw as the perfect little boy. And on the inside, I was definitely not that person. I was more like, I guess you could say, a glow girl on the inside without being a girl and not wanting to be a girl. So, I was kind of sparkly and all that kind of stuff. And once I hit about the sixth grade, I hit middle school, and I realized, and puberty hit me, and, all those hormones and emotions started happening. And I was like, you know what? I need kind of like my own little makeover and all that kind of thing. And I kind of became a rebellious little kid. And, I just kind of changed the way I was. And I actually cut my own hair, and I cut my own hair into like a spike mullet, flock of seagulls kind of look. And then my parents, they kind of saw me as, that they saw me for what I was then, and they didn't really punish me for that, but I mean, they did see me for as being different. And I'm not sure if that answers your question or not, but that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Wow. That's amazing. How did you decide on, leaving home and getting out of there? It was in 1992. Mm-hmm. I had just finished the 10th grade, and it was about 2 weeks into the summer, and I was bored, and, I had nothing to do. I'm in the middle of Pace, Florida. I have absolutely nothing to do for the 2 weeks. I'm sitting in my sister's house because I was living with her. My parents had already split up. Mm-hmm. And I get on, it's not phone sex lines. I don't know what you called it. They're like party lines. Oh, okay.
But they were kind of like, I guess they were kind of like the Grinder or the jacked apps of the day, but it was like party lines. Mm-hmm. And I met this guy from Columbus, Georgia. I told him I was 19, and I was 16 at the time. I told him I was 19, and I explained, I told him what I looked like and all that. And
He's like, that sounds great. He came all the way to Pensacola from Columbus, Georgia, drove there. He was probably as broke as I was. I think he had like $35 in gas money, but he ended up taking me. I kind of persuaded him to take me back to Columbus with him. And pretty much about 2 weeks into staying with him, he kind of got fed up with me because he was like, why aren't you getting a job? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And he dropped me off halfway to Atlanta on I-85. I think it was I-85.
Yeah, right.
And I had to hitchhike the rest of the way to Atlanta. And then it took me probably about 30 minutes of walking up the interstate with my thumb out to catch a ride. And when I did, I got into a truck with two rednecks. And these guys, they were delivering hot tubs to Mableton, Georgia, and in the back of their truck. And the last thing I remember they told me when they dropped me off at Greenbrier Mall, of all places in Atlanta, they said, watch out for the fucking faggots.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to go look for them. And boy, did I.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, that's a crazy story. And then, so from that point on, you know, I know you mentioned a little earlier, too, that you were a Glow fan growing up. Now, let's transition into that for a second. How did that come about? How did you discover Glow on television?
The way I discovered Glow is a little bit different than everybody else that I've spoken to. Most everybody I know saw season 1 and season 2 all the way up to season 4, but I saw the last episode of season 2. Every time I went to go turn the TV on when I knew Glow was on, my mom and my sister would say, turn that shit off, or, you know, whatever. And, so I really couldn't watch it. And then one day, nobody was up, and I turned the TV on, and there was I think it was the season 2 finale of Glow. So it was the match with Ninetska and Tina Ferrari, where Ninetska actually won that Glow crown, and I was able to see that episode. And then the next week I tuned in, and it wasn't there. And then I saw a promo for another channel where it was coming on, and I tuned in that week that it was coming on. And it was a whole new group of girls. It was season 3. And from season 3, the first episode, I actually was able to see the show all the way until the last episode, and then it went off the air, and I never saw Glow again.
Wow,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so I was a one-season Glow fan.
Oh, we interviewed Roxy Aster on the last video blog on episode 435, and she said to say hi to you. She had really great things to say about you, and I know you haven't been able to watch the blog yet because it's uploading right now as we speak, but by now, as yours is uploaded, I'm sure you would have watched it. But I think that there was a really interesting story you were telling me when you were in middle school, and I guess somebody was picking on you, and you were defending yourself against them. And I think that. What can you tell us about that? What was that about with? And how did Roxy Aster transition into that story too?
Well, you know, I got beat up a lot. I was a little dorky little kid with a ball haircut, and you know, after a while, I got tired of getting beat on, and I started watching Glow. I started to kind of emulate the Glow moves with one of the kids down the street, and you know, my cousins also. We would. You know, like all the kids, they were watching WWF and NWA and all that. So we would kind of dress, you know, kind of act like we're dressing up as a wrestler. And, you know, my cousins were like, I'm the Macho Man, and, you know, I'm Hulk Hogan. And they're like, who are you? And I'd say, Sally, the farmer's daughter, and, you know, or Roxy Aster, or something like that. So, you know, we'd be wrestling, and I'd be doing the farmer's role, or, you know, whatever I possibly could. And then that's how I actually learned how to do some of the Glow moves, kind of playing around. And then I incorporated them into these fights that I was getting in at school. And one of the kids, I actually did get an upper hand finally, and I actually got up and I grabbed his foot. And Roxy Aster had this move that she would do, and she would grab her opponent's foot and stomp on the back of their thigh. And I did that, and I actually sent a kid to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Doing that move because I stomped. I don't know what kind of damage I did, but I had to write a letter of apology to his parents, to him, and I ended up having to write like 1,000 times, "I will not fight in school." And I actually got a paddling because I did not write any of that. I decided not to because, you know, it wasn't my fault. He picked the fight on me, and I won. It was, you know, but it also, that was the last fight I ever got into at school because everybody was kind of afraid that I'd send them to the hospital doing some glow move on them.
Oh, that's a funny story. That's really cute. I like that. And, you know, I know you had said, you know, to quote, glow literally created a little rebellious monster in you, but it also made you become a better and more interesting person. And, you know, retrospectively looking back on that, here we are, you know, we've been doing these interviews now. You're the second Glow fan that we've got on here. Of course, Diana Prince, we had her on last week. And so I'm trying to get a good perspective from all of you as Glow fans coming up. We're celebrating the 30th year anniversary of the start of Glow. They've got the Roxy Aster's After Glow fan party at the Sea coming up. So there's a lot of things going on. But let me ask you, how long have you known, let's give Diana Prince a shout out. How long have you known her for? And I'm assuming you got a chance to watch her video interview as well, correct? Because she gave you a shout out.
I saw the beginning of the video. I got to the state trooper part, and then I had to go to work. And I just finished it last night, and I thought it was a great interview. It's probably my favorite out of all the GoTarryn TV interviews I've seen so far.
Wow!
I don't want to, you know, I don't really want to upset any of the Glow girls, but Diana Prince got them beat.
Wow!
And,
wow! Well. Yeah, I think it was Sunny and Grimleen and Roxy telling me, well, you didn't tell us we were allowed to curse on here, so from now on we'll make it more juicier and hotter.
Yeah, you got the two potty mouths as your first two fans.
Yeah, no, it's funny because Diana Prince's interview was a first ever where I never seen that before, where YouTube actually sent me a message saying, hey, you know, you uploaded this, but you needed to put a warning, parental language, whatever that's called, advisory on. So I thought that was pretty funny. That's a first.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So, you know, how about the other fans too? I'm assuming, you know, again, I'm kind of new. I'm the new guy in this because as far as, you know, becoming everybody's friends on Facebook and, you know, literally interviewing everybody else. But what about some of the other fans that are that we're going to be having on? Like, let's just use Sylvester Bowler, for example. I'm assuming, you know, what's your thoughts on Sylvester?
Sylvester Bowler, I actually kind of work a little bit with him on the Glow Wrestling fan blog with along with Michael Carr, and Roxy Aster and Grimlina are a part of that also.
Oh, okay.
And he's like the go-to Glow guy. If you want to know anything about a Glow match, him, Mike Rand, and Michael Carr are the three that would know anything about what happened during Glow. And in fact, Sylvester Bowler pretty much knows everything that happened, like the side projects from Glow. He knew about Jackie Stallone's knockouts and stuff, you know, projects like that also. So he's a great, I guess you'd say, a Glow historian.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I got to reach out to him then, because again, you know, I watched it back in the day, but I hadn't kept up with it until now, of course, with everything going on. We're going to get back to Glow and talk about the cruise party coming up in a second, but quickly to go to another topic here, I wanted to ask you, because there's another thing that I found interesting when you were telling me some of your backstory and growing up. Now, I understand here Eli, Cooper Payton, and Archie Manning, they're second cousins of yours, is that correct?
Yes, they are. I've never met them, and Yeah, I also Richard Petty is one of my cousins also. I think he's third cousin, but
That's
Eli Cooper,
interesting.
Peyton, and Archie are second cousins. I didn't know who they were
Yeah.
when I was growing up. My dad and my uncles and all that, they used to watch football, and
Okay.
I really didn't have any interest in it, and they were always cheering for Archie, and I had no clue who it was. But my dad used to play with Archie, like not football, but they played together when they were younger. So that's the only connection I have with them. And yeah, got Peyton over there over in Colorado with 23 Papa John restaurants, and
Wow.
here I am serving pizza in a mom and pop pizza place in Atlanta.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So, I know you've never met them. What about your relationship now with the rest of your family? Like, do you talk with them, or are you on speaking terms at least, or how's that?
Oh yeah, I talked to my sister probably. Well, I talked to my real sister about 3 times a week. I also have 2 half sisters that I didn't find out about until later in life, and
wow.
one of them is my mom's, one's my dad's. I've never met either of them,
Okay.
and I talked to one of them a little bit, but I've never spoken to the other. And but I talked to my cousins and my sister mainly, and my mom. But my dad passed away a few years ago, so I still kind of talk to him, but you know how that is.
Yeah, certainly. That's interesting. And then, as far as the other part of your family, you said that your grandmother's nephews, I guess they're first cousins removed, were Ermin and Thurman Bunch of the gospel group. Is that right?
Yeah, the Plainsmen, yeah.
Yeah,
And
right.
they were actually really good friends with Elvis Presley.
That's
And he
interesting.
actually started as a fan. And whenever they were in Memphis or coming, any town that he was in,
Mm-hmm.
he expected them to kind of come to his house and sing to him. And
Wow.
they had parties together. And there was one time, one of them, this is a story that came from my aunt. She said that one of them needed money for something at one time. I don't know what it was,
Uh-huh.
but Elvis actually wrote on a shopping bag to take to the bank. And I guess he didn't have a check at the time or whatever, but he wrote an actual like homemade checkout. And one of them, I think it was either Thurman or Erman. I'm not sure which one it was, but they took it to the bank, cashed that homemade check from Elvis, and then they went to pay him back, and he wouldn't take it from them. But
Oh my God.
yeah,
Wow.
that's the Elvis Manning family story. And yeah, by the way, my real last name is actually not Duarte. It's Manning. So there you go.
Oh, I did not know that. How did you go by Duarte then?
I actually, when I was 16 and I left home, I wanted to be an actor, and that's why I ended up in New York.
Oh, I see.
I was able to see a couple of agents, and I never got hooked up with an agent, but
Yeah.
one of them, and I went to auditions and casting calls, and one of the agents I did see that didn't take me on said, "Your name just it's nothing. You really need to change your name to something ethnic." So I was watching a porno one night in a porno theater, and I saw the name Adrian, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And my original stage name was actually Adrian Steele. And when I went to another audition as Adrian Steele, somebody said, "That's very pro wrestling." And
Huh.
so I was listening to Evita one night, and kind of learning the kind of the score to Evita, because I wanted to go audition for that. And then I heard the name Duarte, and I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, that's it, Adrian Duarte, it fit." And
That is really
that's
cool.
that's
Wow.
how I became Adrian Duarte.
Oh, that's too cool. And then, so talking about Glow for a second, back to that and in wrestling, you said that you wanted to, you went into aspiring to be an actor. What about a wrestler? Would you ever consider being a wrestler too?
I actually went through a little bit of training, but the tuck and roll and it just pretty much the training was killer. Like after the first session, I was done, and I can't take bumps. I just it's not something that I would really want to pursue. It's not for me. I'm not that physical, but I commend everybody who. My neighbor's dog is chasing me through the yard. But yeah, it's not really something that I could do myself.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you got to give it up to them. Give props to Roxy and everybody else for what they do, put their bodies through. So what do you think about, let me ask you this. Did you see the Afterglow, I'm sorry, no, the Glow DVD that came out a few years ago?
I did. Oh, this little rugrat keeps chasing me.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah.
We're animal friendly on GoTarryn.
I am too, but this little yappy guy, he's 2 doors down. Well, okay, let me go inside. Did see this video about that? Oh. Not enough airtime if they got in now, but it is a great, I guess, a tribute to Glow for sure.
Yeah, definitely. How about the first Afterglow event that Roxy put together a couple years ago? I think back in 2014. Did you go to that?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't know about it until after the fact.
Me too.
And
I'm the same way. Yeah.
And I think the people who went were the great best people to be on the first. Their stories were definitely memorable.
Yeah.
It kind of set us up for a jumping off point for the rest of the fans for the Afterglow Part 2 and the fan party cruise.
Yeah, and you know, again, I think Diana brought up a good point on when I interviewed her, that I think part of the reason why you and me and people like Diana were left out, we're over here on the East Coast, and we're not over there with the cool people in LA, I guess. So we need to have them come out here and come to Atlanta sometime and do something out this way.
No, that's right. I never realized how many people were over on the East Coast that were as big of fans as there are. And there's another Glow fan that's actually within about 4 miles from you and I. That's Michael Carr. He lives, and he's one of probably the biggest supporter of Glow from back in the day until now. And he's not much younger than I am, so.
I'll have to get connected with him. I'll have to send him a Facebook friend request. By the way, Adrian, how old are you today now? This is.
I am 40.
This is the big
40.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow,
what an accomplishment. That's great. Well, that's exciting. I saw your birthday cake on the Facebook page too. So have you gotten a chance to eat at it yet?
No. I'm saving that for later and popping. Will be gone by the morning, and yes, that happens to me. I'm trying to lose weight, and my sleeping pill kind of hinders that.
Oh, wow. So let me ask you this: you had said earlier you work in Sandy Springs. At what if you don't mind? What's the name of the place that you're at? That you're working with the pizza?
I work at a place called Hearth Pizza Tavern.
Oh, no kidding! Right over there in Sandy Springs Circle.
Yeah.
Near Hammond Drive and Roswell Road.
You got it.
Yeah,
it's right there near Whole Foods.
Yeah, exactly. I drive by there all the time. I've never been there. I've lived in Atlanta 15 years now. I've not one time had a chance. I don't know why. I just never been. Well, now I know you're there. I'll have to come stop by and say hi. Because, I love pizza, obviously. Who doesn't? So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It's great pizza. I'm there Sundays. I'm open to close double on Sunday, every Sunday, except for the Sunday leading up to the cruise. And
let me ask you about that. So the cruise.
Yeah, I think Roxy said I was probably one of the first, if not the first, to actually book onto the cruise. And Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing that, when she announced it and they said the prices were going to go up, I talked to my partner. I was like, you know what? I've never been on a cruise. I'm terrified of open water. I don't know how to swim. I've never, ever been able to swim. As many times as people have tried to teach me, I think. And when I was in Boy Scouts, I actually cheated to get my swimming merit badge and my lifeguard merit badge. And I couldn't save anybody, but I'm terrified of open waters. But I'm going on this cruise.
You'll be fine. You'll do just
fine. The Glow Girls inspired that. So yeah.
That's exciting. That says a lot how much this means to you to go. And you're very resourceful, obviously, to have gotten to the point where you're at now, and to be able to survive and be very well adjusted. So you'll do just fine. I truly believe it. Do you know who your cabin partner is going to be yet?
Yes, it's actually my partner. So
nice.
We're going together. Yeah, me and Terry, and then we've got Diana Prince rooming with Ryan Dalian.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And all his little puppet buddies, and that's gonna definitely be an interesting little matchup there.
That's gonna be exciting. Wow! So I bet you can't wait. What are we now? Like, it looks like exactly almost 3 months away, aren't we?
I think so. There is a countdown. Anthony Calling Jr. is actually doing the countdown. So if you want
to the
real
second.
time, up to the minute to the second countdown, just check out the fan page or the cruise page.
That is really cool. Wow. Again, Roxy and the other Glow Girls have said this too, time and time, every single time, that they throw it back to the fans. They said that the heart and soul of Glow is truly the fans, and I believe that as an objective outsider looking in. The fanumentary that Roxy's working on, you could tell they're just really, you guys are just really near and dear to them. So it says a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge theater fan, and I kind of stalked the cast of, and I'm not saying the cast, I'm saying casts of multiple casts of Phantom of the Opera. I've seen the show over 150 times, but I can tell you, the Glow fans are way more supportive in a celebratory way, I guess is the only way I could say this.
Okay.
They're of the show, the girls, they're very respectful.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just a different caliber of person that loves Glow. And the theater fans that I kind of tried to mingle with, they were more out for themselves. And so it was it's like apples and oranges when you're a fan of, Glow compared to like when I'm me being a fan of Phantom. And so it's definitely kind of like apples and oranges, but the fans are like the best when it comes to Glow.
Yeah, I could see that. You guys are just so tight and close and connected, and I've never seen anything like it. And you guys are all spread all over the country, so it really says a lot. It's a testament to how committed you guys are.
Yeah, and 30 years on, and we still remember, all the elements of the show. And there are fans out there that remember the raps verbatim. They can recite those raps. I don't know many of them, so apparently there's going to be a rap off during the cruise also, and
nice.
I have I'll get lost after about 2, so that's going to be somebody else's thing right there.
Oh, I love the raps. Well, maybe you could brush up on it. You never know. You could surprise yourself. Maybe you'll come back on the next blog telling me post-cruise that you won the rap-off contest.
Could be. Who knows?
Well, very good, Adrian. Well, listen, this has truly been a great past 30 minutes. Has flown by just really quickly. I feel like, it's so nice to finally meet you for the very first time, talk to you, and we'll have to meet in person, and I'll have to come out there to Hearth to, have a nice, good slice of pizza and chat some more in person with you. But this video blog, I don't see YouTube putting a parental disclaimer on this one. I think we've kept it pretty clean.
Hey, we can go further. We haven't talked about my movies yet. Come on.
What? So let's see. What is the porn lore of creating your porn screen name? How does that derive from? Is that the name of the street that you grew up on and your favorite pet?
Yeah, I think so. But if you want to look up Mikey Steele, that's my actual original porn name.
Mikey Steele. Excellent.
Mikey Steele. Yeah.
We've got to look it up then. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I can insert some clips from that onto this video blog here while we're recording.
I definitely hope not. I think that might be my most embarrassing moment of all time. But
well, that leaves us
maybe that'll be our next episode.
Great minds think alike. I was just going to say that leaves us hanging. Literally, that leaves the viewers hanging here, and a good cliffhanger for them to come back and see you when you come back on GoTarryn. So that'll be terrific. But Adrian, thank you so much. Let's get a few more things here. Anything else to plug? We know we've been telling people to get their tickets for the cruise. Anything else you want to say and plug, or methods of ways that people can contact you if they're watching right now?
They can pretty much contact me through Facebook. Much like Diana Prince, I don't understand Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but I don't twat much. So also, I'm on Instagram. I don't know what my name is. I think it's probably Adrian's Knitwits or something like that. Because I actually do have my own little knitting website.
Cool.
And I knit a lot. I sell a lot of my stuff. And I actually have some glow teddy bears coming out.
Whoa, my God, that is so cool. Wow.
I did the rainbow glitter glow T-shirt with Daisy, and then for Christmas I did the glow ornament, the little pink ball with the glow logo with the holly berry on it. And
I remember that.
Now I've got something new coming out. It's actually I'm knitting teddy bears, and they're going to be dressed up like each little glow character, and they also will have a sound module on them. And I'm waiting for those to come. They're coming from Taiwan or China or Hong Kong, somewhere like that.
Wow.
But there's a bunch of them, and each one will actually, you push a little button, and your glow bear is going to rap the girl's rap. So,
oh my God, I love it. That is so cool. I got to be on the lookout for that. How can we get a hold of one of those if people are listening right now?
That's definitely going to be through probably my own store. That's going to be adriansknitwits.storeenvy.com, I think.
Okay.
And,
okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. That's awesome. Wow, I had no idea you did that. That is so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you are very multi-talented, and again, like I said earlier, for you to have come this far and be where you're at now, it says a lot, and just keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, the cruise is on our way very soon, so let's definitely get you back on here to talk about those movies and talk about Mikey Steele next time when we have you back on GoTarryn TV.
All right. Thanks so much, Tarryn.
All right, Adrian. Well, hey, thank you so much, especially for taking time out on your special day. Happy 40th. You don't look a day over 29, so keep up whatever you're doing there. I think we heard Diana Prince's youthful tips there. I don't know if you're taking part in any of the ones.
Yeah. Maybe one of them, but the other two, I'm going to leave that to her. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you again, Adrian. Happy birthday. Have a piece of cake for me, and I will be seeing you very soon. I'm going to be coming out, and we'll definitely be able to shake hands and meet in person here very soon.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Darren.
All right. Thank you, Adrian. All right, folks, anybody watching right now, here comes Adrian's contact information one more time. All right, everybody, there you have it, an interview with yet another loyal, dedicated fan of Glow Wrestling, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, that is. That was Adrian Duarte right here on GoTarryn TV, or as I mentioned earlier, GloTarryn TV. That's the theme this week because, hey, we had Roxy Aster on in the last episode, and we've had some more fans that are going to be joining us. We've got Sunny the California Girl scheduled, and we also have Gremlina as well, so be on the lookout for those coming up over the weekend. But hey, I'm having a lot of fun here interviewing some of the great fans of Glow Wrestling, and truly It's just wonderful to meet some of these people like Adrian. Adrian, if you're watching by chance, happy birthday. Thank you for spending your birthday with us right here and telling everybody about the history of what you've been doing with Glow. Keep up the great work, and definitely have fun on that cruise, too. So anybody watching, you heard Adrian, go to the website, afterglowatsea.com, and get your reservations booked right now. Do it today. And for everyone else out there, I hope you've enjoyed these video blogs. Again, like I said, it's truly a wonderful project that I'm working on right here. I want to get every single Glow fan watching. If you are watching right now, you want to be here on GoTarryn TV and tell us your experiences of Glow and, you know, what you want to say to everybody out there, then, hey, come on over and we'll have you on an interview. We've got a few more of these scheduled here this week, as I mentioned earlier, so be on the lookout for those. In the meantime, if you ever want to catch any GoTarryn TV episode, then I urge you to do the following things. You can go to the website link right at the bottom of your screen, www.gotarryn.tv. Bookmark that website as a favorite to your web browser today and tell 2 of your closest friends about it. All the weblogs are archived right there. Some other options you could do to catch up with GoTarryn and all my video blogs and audio podcasts is by doing one of the 3 following things. 1, you can like GoTarryn on Facebook. 2, you can subscribe GoTarryn on YouTube. Or 3, you can follow GoTarryn on Twitter. And that way you will stay connected with yours truly, Tarryn the Traveling Trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, the master of the personal training universe, who tells each and every one of you that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thanks so much for watching again, folks. And again, Adrian, one more time, happy birthday. We'll see everybody on the next video blog. Bye-bye.